What if I told you that soon you could be paying $2,000 or even $3,000 for an iPhone? It may sound impossible, but with the current state of the US-China trade conflict, it's becoming a very real possibility. Stick around as we break down how this trade war could impact your next iPhone purchase, the future of Apple, and the tech world as a whole. The US-China trade war is intensifying, with both countries slapping massive tariffs on each other's products. The US has implemented a massive 245% tariff on Chinese goods, while China has retaliated with its own 125% tariff. But the situation doesn't stop there. China is also restricting the export of rare earth minerals, which are crucial for producing electronics like smartphones. China controls nearly 70 to 80% of these materials, so this move could severely affect US tech companies, including Apple. Apple, which relies heavily on China for iPhone production, is in a particularly tough spot. Unlike companies like Samsung, which have diversified their manufacturing to countries like Vietnam, Apple still produces around 90% of its iPhones in China. This leaves the company vulnerable to the fallout from the ongoing trade war. Recently, Apple even had to ship around $2 billion worth of iPhones from India to the US just to avoid production delays in China. While there has been talk about moving iPhone manufacturing to the United States, the cost of building new factories could push the price of an iPhone up to $3,500, far beyond what most people are willing to pay. At the moment, smartphones like the iPhone have been excluded from tariffs, but that could change soon. There's a chance that special tariffs could be applied to smartphones, laptops, and semiconductors, which could push prices up by 15 to 20%. This would bring the cost of a high-end iPhone 17 Pro over the $2,000 mark, and that's not something many consumers are ready to deal with. Currently, it costs Apple around $550 to manufacture an iPhone, but if material costs rise or if production shifts to more expensive locations, Apple will be forced to pass those costs on to customers. On the bright side, the iPhone 17 Pro is set to be packed with impressive upgrades. One of the biggest changes is the camera system. Apple might finally add a 48-megapixel 5x zoom lens, meaning that all three rear cameras, the wide, ultra-wide, and zoom, could shoot at 48 megapixels, providing users with a more consistent, high-resolution experience. This could even allow for 8K video recording across all lenses, something Apple fans have been waiting for. Alongside these hardware changes, iOS 19 is expected to bring a more dynamic interface with new animations. For example, lock screen toggles might move depending on how you hold your phone, and app icons could change shape when tapped. These subtle changes could make the iPhone feel fresher and more interactive while keeping the overall look familiar. As for the design, leaks show that the iPhone 17 Pro might ditch the bold black camera bump in favor of a more refined, color-matched camera area that blends into the back of the phone. While this is a minor update, it could give the phone a cleaner, more polished look. However, none of these exciting updates will matter much if the price becomes too high. The ongoing trade conflict between the US and China could seriously disrupt Apple's plans if tariffs continue to increase or if manufacturing delays pile up. Unless the two countries can reach a resolution soon, US consumers might be the ones paying the price, literally. So what do you think? Would you be willing to pay $2,000 or more for an iPhone? Or do you think the price tag is simply too much? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech news.